Good morning, dear student. Today's our topic is types of farming. Today we read how many types of farming. Firstly, we read the various ways which is farming depend. Understand? The first is the geographical condition of the area. Understand, dear student? As you know that all geographical condition is not good for all crops. Different geographical condition needs for different crops. Understand? As you know, hills grow different crops and plains grow different types of crops. The second is demand for the product. If you will always grow that crop which is on the demand. If you never grow that crop which is not demand in the market. The next is ability of labor. If there is no labor for working, you can't do agriculture. Next is level of technology. Agriculture is depend on what is the technology is there. If the technology is very developed, the agriculture condition will be very good. Based on these factors, farming can be classified into three categories. There are three types of farming subsistence farming, commercial farming, and organic farming. Today we only read about subsistence farming. In this farming, the aim of subsistence farming is to cultivate crops for consumption by the farmer and his family. In this subsistence farming, which are a farmer, they consume crop for only for them and his family, not for the marketing, not for the selling. They only grow crops for their basic needs. Understand, dear student? The farmer has a small piece of land on which he and his family works. In this farming, farmer only grow crops for their needs. Understand? And they have a small piece of land on which their family works. Any surplus crops could be exchanged for good or stored for future use in times of poor harvest. Understand? In this point, you can say that any surplus crops which are not for the future, understand, you can grow. Suppose you grow onion and store it for over year. Understand? Next is subsistence farming categorized by use of simple techniques, family labor, and a poor standard of living. Subsistence farming is simple techniques. It in this farming no technology in your area. Farmers basically use subsistence farming. Here is no technology. You can see here is no machine. Farmers grow only crops for his family and do simple method of farming. Understand? There are two types of subsistence farming: primitive farming and shifting farming. Primitive farming is that type of farming. This this type of farming is found in some part of equatorial and tropical forest, which people use simple tools of implementation produce food for their own immediate need. Primitive farming is that farming which is compulsory food for the farming. They grow only that crop and they use simple tools, not the technical. They don't use technology. Understand, dear student? They grow just simple crops which is immediate need of. Suppose this is a winter season, they grow green vegetables, they grow onions. Understand? They grow potatoes. In this condition, they grow crops only for their basic need, not for the selling market. Next type of shifting cultivation. It is also called the slash and burn. The history of shifting cultivation is as history of agriculture. This shifting cultivation is too old. In India, shifting cultivation is a primitive form of soil utilization. Understand? In this crop, shifting means you already know what is shifting. Shift means suppose this in this place we live here and next we live shift here. Understand? In this farming, farmer do uh, farming in one's place and after some times they shift in other field to grow crops. Understand, dear student? It is practiced usually in tropical rainforests. In shifting cultivation, a patch of ground is cleared very often with fire. In shifting cultivation, the farmer fire on a particular ground. Hence, this type of cultivation is sometimes called slash or burn because that place uh, farmer burn for a time and the ground is cultivated for year until the exhausted, and that place after the firing that uh, that land will go cultivated and farmer do agriculture on their field. When the fertility of that place will be finished, then the farmer shift in next field. The cultivator keeps on shifting from one part to another part where they clear new patches of the ground. We already discussed it. Following are the main characteristics of shifting cultivation. A plot of land is cleared by felling the trees and burning them. Suppose it is a place for uh, agriculture, farmers burn on it. Next is the ashes are then mixed with the soil. Ashes means rock mixed with, then the farmer mixed with the soil, and crops like maize, yam, potatoes or kasva are grown. After the soil loses its fertility, the land is abandoned and cultivator moves to a new plot after the soil loses its fertility. Understand? After the doing the agriculture for many years, when the soil loses its first fertility, then farmer shift in other land, other plot. Shifting cultivation is also known as slash and burn agriculture because the farmer burn the that field. Shifting cultivation usually start with cutting trees and a fire which cleared a slot for the crop production. In this case, shifting cultivation is a cycle where farmer come back to the original place after a couple of years. We already discussed in our time farmer use suppose this land, and when the land and its fertility, then the farmer change their location. Understand? It is practiced in thickly forested area of Amazon basin, tropical Africa, parts of southern East, and this type of agriculture practice on these places. These regions receive heavy rainfall and this helps the quick regeneration of vegetation. Hope you understand, dear students. Thank you.